Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. United Community Bank, an independent, family-owned and operated bank committed to empowering customers to achieve their financial goals. Member FDIC. Frazee Family Foods, what a hometown grocery store should be. Friendly staff, family-owned, and a wide variety of groceries to fulfill your needs.
Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke, and I'm here today at Frazee High School District Office with Terry Carger, the superintendent. And, you know, some of the snow has actually started to melt outside, Terry. Good to see you.
Yes, thank you. And it has started, but it has a ways to go yet.
Yeah, I look out there. You still got about 8 feet of snow out there.
Quite the bank. But we started today with some track meets up indoors, and the seasons have started, so hopefully the snow goes quick and we can get our activities outside.
Well, that's great. You know, and we talk about the school and on outside and everything. And this last fall, during the election, we had a school referendum.
Yes, we did, and we want to start off by saying thank you to our public and to our patrons out there who supported the Question 3 of that referendum. Question 3 is really focused on upgrading our elementary. We're going to put in a completely new HVAC system down there, bring some air conditioning into a building that has never had it. And then on top of that, taking our east wing, our 4 through 6 wing, the 1966 wing, and completely renovating it and bringing it up to today's standards. So greatly appreciated, very thankful for our public and their support.
Well, and I know, you know, when you're dealing with referendums, and as large as our school district is, sometimes people don't really understand the needs of the school.
It can be challenging, and times are changing too, and one of the main components of us going out for this referendum is school safety. And in today's world, that has really changed considerably. So, you know, in part of us going back out again, and some of us have been asked, why now, why so quick? School safety hasn't lessened our need. We need to be looking at school safety. We need to look at being proactive when dealing with the possibilities that are out there, and we want our kids to come home safe. So we're going back out, and we're really focusing, and even better this time around, on school safety.
Well, and I understand that perfectly when I was still with the city up until the end of the year, you know, that one of the main things that we talked about all the time with our chief of police, Tyler Trigloff, and our previous one, Mike Johnson, was how do we make the campus more safe, and how does the city work with the school district to help do that?
Yeah, and they have been. We've been working with the local police, or even the county police, and bringing them in and doing some training with our staff, and then bringing that training down into our kids so they can respond, you know, the best we can. But looking at our campus when it was built was not meant to be structured where we had to be so careful of who came into our buildings, and once they were in, where could they go and where can they not go. So that is something we're really focused on. And then the second piece too, and one of the pieces we learned when we were listening to the public during the presentations in November too, was you did a nice job of looking at the parking lots and the drop-offs and those pieces with the parking at the high school. What happened at the elementary? Why wasn't that looked at? So in the revised plan that we have, one of the major changes is we've really done a nice job of addressing those concerns at the elementary. So at the elementary, we were going to get into designing the entryway, which will be a double tier, much more secure. But after that, we step back and we take a look at the parent drop-off and pickup, and then our bus loading too. So in this new plan, our kids will leave our building and not have to travel across any type of drives or anything with vehicles to get on the bus. So very, very nicely laid out.
Well, and I understand, you know, that's a big thing. You know, I see, you know, the parents, they're trying to get their kids dropped off. They've got to get to their job. They may be late already, especially with the weather we've been having this winter. And that rush and hurry makes it a more dangerous situation, especially with everybody else doing the same thing.
Yes. And I think, you know, we've got a really nice plan now where we can help eliminate the best we can those congestion areas and hopefully, again, keep our kids safe.
And that's the main thing. We'll be right back with another segment of Spotlight on Frazee here with Superintendent Terry Carger.
Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. The City of Frazee and Frazee Event Center, featuring a 5,000 square foot room, a built-in stage, and a full-service bar, perfect for a multitude of events. Call or click to book your event. Frazee Community Club, people and business coming together to make the community fun, friendly, and thriving. Become a member and help support your community.
Welcome back to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke, and I'm still here at District 23 with Superintendent Terry Carger. And I know that there are some major improvements that need to be done in the school. You know, I played in this school with my cousins in the late 50s when it was being built.
Yes, we did a nice job in November of addressing the 1966 wing. The area of the district that still is left untouched is the 1958 section. So we have two locker rooms in there, our band room, and our gymnasium. So in this revised plan, we are addressing the 58 section of the building. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our new auditorium, our new band and choir classrooms, and put that where our gymnasium currently is. And by doing that, we actually add more seating than when we had originally planned for the addition. The addition now becomes a gymnasium with locker rooms and a wrestling practice room. And we are able to do all of this, along with that parking, for the same amount of money as we sought in November, and we really like that.
Well, and that's interesting, too. I mean, and when you talk about this, I remember them building it in 57 out here and thinking, what a deal. Well, I'm going to be, I was 7 years old then. I'm going on 70 now. That shows you, how long part of the school has been here.
Yeah, and it has. And I think, if we're successful here, our campus will be really brought up to today's standards very nicely. We're addressing the 58. We can take a look at the parking and the structures. One of the things we also did, listening to the patrons last go around too, is we took a look at the track football facility, and we've downsized and made that what it needs to be to still be functional and good, but we were able to reallocate some of that money into some of these other projects. So I think overall the campus design and the plan is very, very solid.
And why do the referendum now?
Why now? In an off election year, the state sets the dates in which you can. Mm-hmm. So they gave us 5 dates, and the board had to look at, do we go out right now, sooner than later, or do we wait and go out 3-4 years down the line? 3-4 years is an option, but we came back to the safety of our children. Mm-hmm. Do we want to wait that long to put something in place? The other piece is we do have a track facility that has expired. In 2016, they came in and said it's done. Mm-hmm. The foundation and the track itself is to a point that is separated beyond repair. So if we're going to do something and do it, May 5th, 14th was the best choice for us. If we don't do it then, we wait 3 years, we start putting money into our track facility. We also found out that our grandstand, our bathrooms, nothing is up to code. So we're looking at a little over $1 million to upgrade our current facility, or do we go back out and see if we can make this part of the school safety project as a whole? And that's what they decided to do. The other piece with May 14th, and it's the middle of the 5 dates, is it allows us, if successful, to consolidate bonds. We then only have to issue or sell one. That's a cost. And by consolidating the bonds too, we will receive a much better interest rate. That's money saved to our taxpayers. So there's pieces there we really like financially and also for the betterment of our kids and staff.
Well, I encourage you to vote for this referendum. Our school district is the backbone of this area. And having a good facility encourages more students to come here and gives them also a chance at a better education. And we have programs at this school that other ones in the areas do not have. We have some tremendous opportunities here, so let's keep this going for our children and our future, because it's coming quick.
Yes, it is. Please vote. You can vote early. You have absentee, you have early voting. So, in today's world, you don't even have to leave your house to vote. So please get out there and vote, and if not now, I hope to see you on May 14th.
And that'll be at the Frazee Event Center?
Frazee Event Center, Vergus Event Center, and then again, you have the ability to do a write-in vote, so, don't even have to leave home.
So, help out your school district and help out the future of your children. And with that, remember, pet the kid. Oh, no, it's pet the dog, hug the kid, and kiss the wife and wave at your neighbor. And the next person you wave at could be your next best friend. And we'll see you next week on Spotlight on Frazee.